Hi there, I'm Jasmine. I'm an electronics engineer and I work for Edwards Vacuum, and I'm based in Eastbourne. So my job role is that I'm a degree apprentice. If you don't know what that is, it basically means that I'm employed by a company and paid by them to work, but they also pay for me to go to university part-time. So how did I get to my current role? Well, when I was 16, I went to a UTC, which is a university technical college, and basically that allowed me to do both a BTEC and A-levels at the same time. I decided when I was in year 10 that I didn't want to do one or the other. I thought that doing just a BTEC felt too closed off for me. I didn't want to just decide on one role and then go and do that, just in case I wanted to change my mind. But also I didn't want to just do A-levels because that felt I wanted to do something more practical and more creative. So the application process for an apprenticeship is similar to university. Usually in about January of your year 13, you start applying to different companies. It is a bit more rigorous than applying to university because you are being interviewed by a company, it's not a university. So there are interviews involved, there's also assessments, exams that you have to complete. They might ask you to come in with a group of other candidates, for example, and complete like a team building day where you do different team building activities, maybe some exams, maybe have different challenges because they want to see how you work in a group and also under pressure. So the company I work for is called Edwards Vacuum. Everyone thinks that we make hoovers, but we don't. We actually make vacuum products, which is vacuum pumps, gauges, and abatement systems, which allows you to create a vacuum chamber. So we sell to a lot of manufacturing companies, we don't really sell to the public. So my company that I work at in Eastbourne, we make the electronics for the products that Edwards sells. So we're not building whole products, we're building the electronics parts that are then shipped off to other product companies, and then they're built together in the overall product and then shipped out to customers. For the first year of my apprenticeship, I'm rotating through departments, which is quite a good opportunity. It means that I get to see the different departments and how they kind of slot in together. It also means I get to meet lots of people so that when I actually am in my job role at the end of my apprenticeship, I have lots of different people that I know and a good network built. The rotation that I'm on at the moment is test engineering. Basically, that's an internal department, so everything that we make in our company has to be tested before it goes out to anyone, whether they're also Edwards or whether they're other customers. So we have to check firstly that they're electrically safe, so that in any condition it's not going to hurt anyone, and secondly we have to check that they work. Obviously we want to be selling products that are reliable to our customers. The project that I'm working on at the moment is designing a new test system. So we have a test system that we're using at the moment that doesn't work very well. It's failing products that are actually safe, so we need to build a new one. So even though I'm an electronics engineer, I actually do a lot more than maybe you would expect. I've done some coding to program different test equipment that we need to use as part of the test system. There's also web design involved because we need to create an application that the operators can use when they're testing the system. So we have to get involved with designing that and making sure it's user-friendly, and also that if the test system breaks and there's an error, the operators know exactly what to do, if they need to come to us or if they can fix it themselves. There's also a lot of collaboration in the job that I do. I think from the stereotype you would expect engineers to be quite antisocial and maybe work independently. There is a fair bit of independent work involved, but actually I find myself working with others a lot more than I expected. There's a lot of collaboration both within your department and within your own projects, and also you have to communicate a lot with people outside of your department and also maybe people that you don't know. So I've got a piece of equipment here that I thought I'd show you. This is a DMM, or a digital multimeter, and this is what we use to fault find mostly and test as engineers. You may have come across in school a voltmeter, which measures voltage, or an ammeter, which measures current. This basically does all of that and more. You can measure voltage, current, resistance. For continuity, which is basically just if two things are electrically connected, then this will be able to detect that. You can check for a diode as well. Yeah, it does a lot. So the way that this works is that you have your DMM and you have these leads. You plug them into the right ports that you need, and then on the end of these leads you have metal tips. There's different kind of leads that you might need depending on what you're testing. So just to demonstrate how this works, if I turn this to the continuity setting, continuity is really basic. If these two test leads are connected electrically, then the DMM will beep. So if I just show you, right now they're not connected. There's electricity can't flow between these two, so it's not beeping. And then as soon as you touch them together, so there you go. And that's how you can test. For example, if a component is missing in a circuit, you can test for continuity using these. Also, you can check for shorts to see if there's two lines that shouldn't be touching. You can check if they are touching, and if they are, then you have a problem. So yeah, this is a really useful tool, and it's something that I've had to get familiar with in the last 9 months. We use these a lot. So I hope that's been insightful for you to see what an electronics engineer does. I hope that you are interested in STEM subjects and you choose to pursue that as a career, especially engineering. We need more engineers in the UK. If you can, have a look at the other resources on the STEM Hub website. There's a lot of useful stuff on there that will help you decide what you want to do, or just, explore your subjects that you're interested in more. So yeah, have a good day.